Hi guys, welcome back to Honest Straightforward Reviews. Today I've got a bit of a comparison for you between the RTX 3090 Mini or the 3080 Ti, and the reason I call this the Mini is because it's realistically a RTX 3090 because of all the specs, the CUDA cores and everything. It's so much closer to a 3090 than a 3080, and this version of it I have here is by ROG Strix Gaming OC by Asus, and as you guys would know, their ROG Strix is or if you don't know, so their ROG Strix is the highest clocked one, so it's really boosting really high. So this boosts out of the box without any overclocks, without any one-click boosts at 1815, and I can tell you guys that I can get this up to 150 on top of that. Okay, so that's this card, and on this side we have got the Aorus Master. So the Aorus Master isn't their top of the range one, so they have got another one that clocked out. It's called Aorus Extreme, but this is the Aorus Master and it's the RTX 3090. Okay, so I've got this comparison in two little bits, but before I get into that, I'd like to let you guys know that this channel is completely surviving on your subscriptions. If you appreciate this channel and want to see it prosper, all you have to do is like, subscribe and smash that super like button if you appreciate my unbiased work where I fund everything myself. So between these two, they're worth about $5,000. So if you appreciate that, super like would really help out. Any donation would help. This will be in two segments. I'll be doing the unboxing, then I'll have the card comparison side by side. I'll start off with this guy. It's got a smaller box, so as you can see, it's quite huge, this box for the 3090, and it's way thicker as well, as you can see. So if you want to look at the proper unboxing, I'll have it linked on the top right hand side of the screen. Okay, we're back, and these are the cards. So as you can probably guess, that's the 3090 because it's a lot bigger. But on the flip side, that thing is a beast of a card. I've got a few 3080s on this channel that I've unboxed. I've got a Alienware 3080 Ti. I've got a Asus TUF Gaming 3080 Ti, and I've got this ROG Strix OC 3080 Ti. So remember, this is not just the ROG Strix, it's ROG Strix OC. Okay, so you guys can have a look at those cards. The 3080 from Dell is about yay big. Okay, the length, the TUF one is about till here, but it's also thinner as well. So this is a beast of a cooling on there. So this is not bad either. Okay, let's stand it up. Okay, that's not too bad, although a bit dirty. So RGB up here that you can tweak with Asus's software. A lot thinner when you look at both of them. I like the design of the Asus. It's got vents everywhere to let air out there in the back, everywhere. Okay, so that's really appreciated. I think that's a very smart move. The Master's got quite a bit of air coming as well, so you can have some air coming out the back vent, some from here, some from down here, but nothing from here is completely blocked, and a bit of gap over here as well. So that's basically it. Now let's look at the back side of this card. So that's the back. So you'll have your silent BIOS and OC switch over here, and same with this guy. Let's flip this around as well. I do feel like next to each other this card is a bit well maintained. Okay, you can see a bit of wiring here, but Asus do such a good job. I am a big fan of Asus. Gigabyte, they're okay. I use their motherboards and stuff for all my tests, but I'm a real big fan of Asus as a company. They do make really good quality products. Now let's look at this side. This isn't very nice to see. Okay, so not right next to the heatsink, all the wiring here. So that's where the switch is. So BIOS switch is over here, and everything else is the same. Now, letting you guys know, the difference between these two are about 200 and something CUDA cores, which is really nothing. Whereas between the 3080 Ti and the 3080, there's about over 2,000, nearly 3,000 CUDA core differences. The back is really nice on both as well. So as you can see, the back is nice and solid on this, and can't complain on that at all either. As I said, I've been a big fan of the ROG Strix all my life. They had a bit of a tough time with the tough gaming, no pun intended for Asus. They didn't really make a good card, but with the 30 series they really picked up the game. Especially the tough gaming that I was using for my tests and for my gaming, I really liked it. It was so quiet, it was so cool, but that can be up to the Silicon Lottery as well. Other than that, this is higher, so it's 1817 megahertz, and this is only I think 1776 megahertz. Okay, so but it has more CUDA cores. I will be testing them just on Firestrike and all these combustor, and maybe do a couple of gaming tests and show that to you guys. Let me know in the comments below if you guys would be really interested in seeing a test between these two, because it's a very unique test. Because another thing you got to remember with the 3090, they have got that VRAM in the back, so it's not cooled properly, so it does have that heating issues. I'll be looking at the heating issues as well. So all my tests, what I do, the reason they take so much time is each game I run it for 30 minutes, then I benchmark it for 5. So can you imagine like doing 1080p, run one game for half an hour, then 5-minute benchmark, then do it for 2K, then 4K. So that's nearly 2 hours of work for just one card for one game. So then if I test 12 games, you multiply 12 by 2 hours. So that's crazy. Okay, so that's just one card, 12 games, and then you got another card. Then normally in my tests I've got 4 cards, and I try and do a updated test with updated drivers. I don't reuse old data. So I'm really interested in seeing, would the higher megahertz and the better cooling on the 3080 Ti, not that Asus itself has a better cooling solution here, although it does have a really fantastic cooling solution. As you can see, it's quite big, lengthy card to keep it cool, but the 3080s, because of the VRAMs being in the back, has got that cooling issue. So I'll see whether that makes a difference, whether the CUDA cores, 200 CUDA cores makes a difference, or the higher megahertz makes a difference. All right guys, let me know in the comments, discuss it if you want. If you liked it, do like it. If you disliked it, the other button works fine as well. Thank you for watching it to the end. Take good care. Bye bye.